Hi, everyone. Welcome to the latest episode of Spotlight on Middle Country. I'm Ryan Gessner from the Middle Country Library, and I'm Vice President of the Middle Country Chamber of Commerce.
And I am Elizabeth Malafi. I'm the coordinator of the Miller Business Center at the Middle Country Public Library, and we're happy to be here today.
And we're here with Veronica from Duck Donuts. Hey, Veronica.
Hey, hi guys, how are you?
We're
Great.
we're as
Great.
good as we can be considering we don't have a donut.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I haven't figured out how to do a Zoom donut yet, but I'm working on it.
Okay.
That would be awesome.
Well, we're so glad you're here with us today. We've known about Duck Donuts for as long as you've been in Hauppauge, which, tell us again, how long have you been in Hauppauge?
So our Hauppauge store opened May of 2018, so we're a little over 2 years now.
Great. And you are the first Duck Donuts franchise on Long Island, correct?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. So we've known you for almost 2 years. It feels like longer because you're just a warm and wonderful person and business owner, and you've done so much for the community already. So you can only imagine how excited we were to hear that you were coming to the Middle Country area.
Thank you.
But before we get into that, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got into the donut business and specifically Duck Donuts?
Sure. In a nutshell, my husband, our children took vacations in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, which is where Duck Donuts originates in. The first store actually opened back in 2006 in Duck, North Carolina. So we started vacationing there in 2009, went back year after year. Duck Donuts down there is really part of the Outer Banks experience. And so when they started advertising to offer franchises, it was actually just a little leaflet on the counter. And one of the vacations we took, I grabbed one of the leaflets, brought it back to my husband at our vacation house and said, honey, look, they're franchising. And he goes, no, we're not doing that. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Truly is history. It's a special donut, and we're glad to have them on Long Island. How has it been for you with the shutdown?
So it was definitely challenging. I think, if you've spoken to other small business owners, there's probably a common theme of just, the struggle with how to stay open, how to stay solvent, how to stretch your limited resources, because of course it just kind of came up all of a sudden. And, if you weren't really ready for that type of a difficulty, I don't know how many people keep, a certain amount of cash reserves on hand as a new business being only open 2 years. I'm still very much in the cash starved stage. So it was an interesting challenge, but I think that we were able to rise to the occasion. Really primarily for two reasons. Number one, with a great staff. My staff is amazing. I just had a staff meeting last night to thank them for everything they did for us during COVID, their flexibility, their support, their positive attitudes. But for us, it was the ability to adapt quickly. That was key. Most of our business was already carry out. So people would come in, order their donuts, watch them being made, and then they would take them home and enjoy them, or take them maybe to some other family or friends to share with them. So most of our business was already carry out. We just have a few seats in our store. So the loss of the in-store dining wasn't really critical for us. The critical thing to us surviving was the online ordering and the ability to deliver it curbside to our customers. And the second piece to that was really the community relationships. People like yourselves, friends that we've made in the community in just these last 2 years, helped us stay alive, pointed us in the direction of opportunities. I'd like to really point out that the Jansen family from Jansen ShopRite of Hauppauge was instrumental. I shot an email over to Harry Jansen because we had worked together on a couple of fundraisers and some events related to the New York State Veterans Home over on the Stony Brook campus. And I sent him an email and I said, hey, this is kind of left field, but would you be willing to let me sell donuts in your store? Because that's where the people were for weeks and weeks and weeks. Everybody was panic shopping, toilet paper and so forth, just to put it out there. So I knew that's where the people were, and I needed to figure out a way to get in front of them. And I sent him an email, and he had a family meeting. They are very much a family business. He sat with his sons and his daughters-in-law, and they all agreed unanimously to let us participate. And they put us not just in their store, they gave us the most prime real estate in their store, literally when you walk in. So that kept us alive and in front of people and relevant. And I don't know if I'll ever be able to thank them for all they did, but that was another, just building relationships and people supporting each other. So that's how we survived it.
That's terrific. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you mentioned people ordering their specific donuts and watching them be made. Can you talk a little bit about that whole process and what makes you guys like a little unique in the donut world?
Sure. Thanks for asking that. Sometimes I forget that people don't know unless you come in. All of a sudden, you're surprised. So the thing that's unique about Duck Donuts and the experience coming into our store is that we don't have any pre-made donuts. We literally cook them to order. So when you visit us as a guest, you come in, you get to watch your donuts being cooked, and then we top them based on what you like. You get to pick your icing flavors or different toppings. So it's really a fun and very engaging experience. So thanks.
Wow. I never knew that. I guess because I've never actually been in your store,
Yeah.
because I've always seen you at business events, always helping out. So it's really wonderful to hear that another, small businesses are helping each other out during this, the times that we're going through now. And I know that you have always helped out other businesses. You've donated to the library and to the Miller Center, and for that we're always grateful. And I know that you during this time you were donating portions of your proceeds to Island Harvest. One thing I noticed on your social media that you were doing during the pandemic were these pop-ups, which I'm so sorry I missed the one on Sunday, because I saw in my research for this interview that Duck Donuts has a s'mores donut. So tell us a little bit about the pop-ups, and then I absolutely want to find out what's happening behind you.
Absolutely. Thanks for asking about that. So, another thing was, if you can't get the people to come to you, which of course, a lot of people were sheltering in place or were concerned about, their exposure to potential COVID. So we had to come up with a way to be able to connect with our customers and our fans, contactless, and allow them to be safe and secure. So we decided that in addition to working with the Jansen family over at ShopRite, another way to bring the donuts to the people was to do a pop-up. So we already had a lot of the infrastructure for it, tents and flags and things like that, and certainly the ability to take payment digitally. So we just threw a tent up to see what would happen, and the response was incredible. Again, I think people a little itching to get out, to just have some sense of normalcy or some sense of being outside but still be able to be safe. So we started a drive-through pop-up, and we've done it a number of times now, both here in Selden and then in Farmingdale, both for fundraising and other reasons. And it's been great, just a lot of fun. People's responses to us, their support, they're asking when the Selden store is opening, has been incredible. So we were pretty excited about that. But it was another strategy for us to stay alive, to keep our staff working, and to just try to stay above water.
And
I'm mad I missed this pop-up. I got to follow you guys on every social media channel right now.
Veronica Donut on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yep. Right? Am I right about that? Yeah. At Veronica Donut on Instagram?
Absolutely, Elizabeth.
Do it. Yep. Do it. So tell us about Selden, because we've been hearing about this. Our library is located in Center Reach and Selden. Staff here is ready. We are ready for Duck Donuts. So tell us when we can stop on our way to work and get a fresh donut before we, sit at our desk and start working.
Yeah, you got to have a little fun to start your day, right? So why not a donut that we made just for you? And you can eat it while it's still warm. And you're going to be able to do that because our store in Selden is going to be close enough to you, Elizabeth, that you can absolutely get to your desk and still have it be warm. So, right behind me, this is our Selden location. And this is the status we're in right now. So the plumbing and electrical are nearly complete. The walls are up. So we're pretty excited. We originally were supposed to open in May, and then of course COVID. So things got backed up a little bit, understandably so. Right now, I originally thought we might be end of August, but given the backlog of inspections and things like that, it's, it's not just a one-man show. There's a lot of moving parts to building out a brand new retail space. So I think we're looking at September. If everybody would like just like cross their fingers, say a little novena, something, to help us out, that'd be great. So, but that's hopefully September, but we'll let you know exactly the date as soon as I have it.
And now this is in College Plaza, right? In Selden?
It is right on Middle Country Road, College Plaza, literally right next to ShopRite. So very exciting.
I drive by twice a day. I'm ready to get those donuts.
Nice.
And ShopRite's another friend to the Miller Center and a chamber board member. So I'm sure that you and Charlie will definitely get to know each other as well. It's a wonderful business community.
I was going to say, I actually had that kind of inkling already, because in order for us to be able to lease this space, the landlord actually had to go to the Gallagher family and get permission, because they have certain language in their lease contract that excludes other types of foods. And donuts fall under the category of baked goods. That doesn't happen to be their specialty, and probably not what they meant when they originally put that language in the lease. But the Gallagher family gladly gave their permission. So I'm thankful to them too. So I can't hardly wait to say thank you in person.
That sounds like Charlie. He's a business guy, and he wants to support businesses. So it's wonderful to hear that.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm amazed at your business acumen, Veronica, and to hear that we've only known you for less than 2 years is just astonishing, because it feels like you are so embedded and part of the business community on Long Island. And I really look forward to you being just really embedded and part of the community in Middle Country. I think you're going to love our community, and we look forward to having you here. I don't look forward to all the donuts I'm going to eat, because it's going to mean a lot more time, on the treadmill, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
It is worth it. I'll tell you one thing, donuts is a great calling card. It's one of the few things that really doesn't have like an agenda. It's just a donut. It's just fun. It's just comforting, and it's a great way to make friends.
Yes, it truly is. It truly is.
Absolutely.
And Veronica, what are the most popular flavors that you guys have?
Oh, dangerous. Okay, Ryan, let's see. So maple bacon is
These are the important things people are going to want to know. Yeah.
True,
what should they order? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So maple bacon is definitely our number one. I'd say that's probably our signature donut, because maple icing is unique. And bacon as a topping on a donut is certainly unique. And we get a lot of naysayers. They come in with that quizzical look. They're like, bacon donuts, is that a thing? I'm like, oh, that's totally a thing. So if you go to a diner and you get pancakes and you get bacon on the side, and then you pour syrup over it, and then you just like take a bite all at once, that's what it is. It's the salty and the sweet and the delicious donut. It's just so good. So that's our number one. Our number two, believe it or not, is our cinnamon and sugar, because it's a classic. You know what I mean? It's just one of those flavors. Yeah, you just know it and you love it. So, that's like people who like vanilla. There's a lot of ice cream flavors, but vanilla is still delicious, So those are like our top two. But then, the people looking at this will have to just come check us out to find out about all the others. Some like blueberry.
I want to try that s'mores one.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. We'll hook you up with the s'mores.
I've had the French toast. The French toast donut is excellent.
Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Veronica. We appreciate it. And we can't wait till the store opens.
Well, listen, my whole family. So I do this with my husband and my 3 children. I have 3 teenage children, 17, soon to be 16 this Sunday. Happy birthday, Jeff. And my daughter, Natalie. So I have 3 kids. We all work in the store together, and we're excited to really get to know the Middle Country community. It was a conscientious choice for us to pick a community that we felt was very close-knit, very supportive of small family business. So we're thrilled to be here, really.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
everybody.